this is going to be a full body kettlebell workout, which you can do at home. First section here is going to be a strength section, which is going to be focused entirely on the lower body. So we're going to end up doing 8 rounds of about 6 to 8 reps every 90 seconds of a kettlebell front squat. So you're going to have to clean those kettlebells up to the front rack position. You're going to look for a 2-second down and a little pause at the bottom before coming back up. By the end of this should get your heart rate up and really work your lower body really hard. You should be finding a weight which is going to be challenging for you for about 6 to 8 reps, and that'll be good to go. The second set of the workout is going to be a giant set. You're going to try and do 3 rounds of these. This is going to be more of an upper body focus. So the first round is going to be of you doing a bridging alternating chest press. Now, it's not entirely ideal using this method because we can't really get into the stretch position for the chest, but the bridge allows you to get a little bit more depth than that. If you've got access to a sandbag or something else for you to lay your shoulders on behind you, that's going to allow you to get a little bit more stretch for that chest press. But again, try and find a weight that's going to be appropriate for you and challenging. If the chest press is going to be a bit too much for you, maybe you could consider changing this into a alternating clean and press, or do it as a seesaw press. So you're focusing on the shoulder movement that way, and then maybe you can consider changing the second exercise. The second exercise is going to be dips. So here it comes. Now, this one's a bit of a tricky one to set up at home. So I've got access to 2 other different kettlebells, which are going to give me a handle to then push up and down across. I've used the chairs to raise them up a little bit. Now, this can be a little tricky. Obviously, not many people are going to have a dip station at home. The alternative here is then this one could change into press ups for you, maybe if the first one you've changed to clean and press. Or if this is too hard a variation, you could keep your toes on the floor, and then it becomes kind of an elevated press up as well, which is equally going to be challenging. The third movement is then going to be an upright row. So because I've got access to a few different weighted kettlebells here, I've gone for a slightly heavier one. There's no particular reason why I couldn't use 2 lighter ones. It doesn't have to be a single kettlebell at this point. This one's going to be for a few more reps though, so looking at 12 to 15 here. The main technique point here is to try and make sure your elbows are ended up higher than your wrists and try and rotate those shoulders externally. This is just to keep the focus on the upper back and the traps. You're going to get a little bit of front shoulder, maybe a little bit in your bicep. And we're trying to avoid using our legs at this point, so notice I'm trying to just use my upper body to pull it up, give it a little squeeze at the top, and then nice and slow on the way back down again. And that will complete the giant set. And you're going to try and rest about 90 seconds before going back and completing that 3 more times. For the conditioning section, you can see in the bottom left, there's a whole bunch of stuff. So you've got overhead carries, which are being demoed here with the double. That might be quite a difficult option, so you might want to regress that down to a single kettlebell option and maybe change hands every few rounds or every 25 meters maybe. You've then got the front rack kneel to stand, which is what's being demoed now. This one can be quite tricky, particularly if you've got a heavy kettlebells as seen here. If it is too difficult for you, maybe you could do it as a single goblet hold. And then you've got sit-ups. We just try and do butterfly sit-ups just because then we've got a clear start and finish point of touching the floor behind your head and then touching your toes. You're just going to complete all those exercises as stated bottom left and do that one for time.